Okay, so today we are starting Big Ideas 9.3, and it's day one just because we're having 2 days of notes. So, I mean, technically, if you want to call this day 2, that's fine because we did day 1 with the activities, but it's day 1 of notes. So our objective is I can create and interpret a two-way table. Okay, so some vocabulary that you need to know. You need to know what a two-way table is. And a two-way table displays two categories of data collected from the same source. Okay, and so what this, another way that you might hear this said is bivariate. So bivariate categorical data. Okay, and the whole point is to see if those two categories are related. So, is there a relationship between those two categories? Okay, so the whole point of making a two-way table is to determine if there is a relationship between the two categories. Okay, so if you look over here, here is a two-way table, okay, and so what you want to decide is there an association, is there a relationship between grade and whether or not a student studied or didn't study? Well, if you look here, okay, those who did study and passed was 21, okay, those who did not study and passed is 2, those who studied and failed was 1, and those who did not study and failed was 6 people. So if you think about it, if you go, okay, well, is there a relationship between whether or not you study and whether or not you pass a test? Yes, there is, because these are the two higher ones, and they kind of correlate the way you would think. Okay. Now, a joint frequency, real simple, is just each entry in the table. So in this one over here, okay, so basically it's how many boxes there are with numbers. Okay, so there's 4 joint frequencies. Okay, marginal frequencies is the sum of the rows and columns in a two-way table. Okay, so we'll do marginal frequencies in a little bit, but all you have to decide is adding up those rows. Okay, so example number 1 says reading a two-way table. It says how many of the students in the survey studied for the test and passed? Okay, well, we're looking at studied for the test and passed, so that's 21. That's real easy. Okay. Okay, so now example number 2 wants us to find the marginal frequency. So I'm just summing the rows and the columns. So I'm going to sum this way. 21 plus 2 is 23. 21 plus 1 is 22. 2 plus 6 is 8. 1 plus 6 is 7. So if I add this way, 23 plus 7, that's 30. And I should add the same way. 22 plus 8 is 30. Okay? So now I'm going to point to what these mean. Okay, so this total is the sum of all the people who studied. So this is 22 students. Oops, I can't spell. Students studied. Okay, this 8 is for did not study. So 8 students did not study. Okay, this 23 is the number of students who passed. So 23 students passed. This 7 is the number of students who failed. So 7 students failed. Okay. And then this 30 is the total for all the students. So 30 students were surveyed. Okay. Okay, go ahead and flip. Okay. Okay, so this is your U-try that you're going to do now. Okay. Okay, example number 3, make a two-way table. Now, you're not going to have a U-try for this because your U-try is going to kind of come in tomorrow when you actually go to make the these other kinds of frequency charts that we're going to do. Okay, so we're just going to practice making the two-way table, and I've got a blank one down here, and we're going to fill in all the parts. Okay, so it says you randomly surveyed students between the ages of 12 and 17 about whether they ride the bus to school. The results are shown in the tally sheets. Make a two-way table that includes the marginal frequencies. Okay, so if we're including marginal frequencies, that means I'm going to have the totals. So if you look back on here, they had the extra row and column for the total. Okay, so I'm putting the total in here. Okay, so up here at the top, I have 3 columns, which means I'm either rides bus and does not rides bus, or I'm doing the ages. Well, there's 3 sections of ages, so that's up here. So I'm putting age at the top, and then I have 12 through 13, 14 to 15, and 16 to 17. Okay. And then over here on this side, this is going to be bus choice. Okay. So bus choice. Okay, and then we have rides the bus or does not ride bus. Okay, so 12 to 13 rides the bus. I have 5, 10, 15, 20, 24. Okay, so I'm done with that one. Okay, rides bus 14 to 15, 10, 20, or 5, 10, 12. Each of those is 5. Okay, and then 5, 10, 14. Okay, for 16 to 17. Okay, and then over here, does not ride bus. I have 5, 10, 15, 16. 14 to 15, 5, 10, 13. And 5, 10, 15, 21. Okay, so now I have to add up. Okay, so I have 24 and 16, that adds up to be 40. 12 and 13, that's 25. And 14 and 21, that's 35. So total, that's 100. So when I add up this way, it should add up to be the same. So 24 plus 12 is 36, plus 14 is 50. Okay, and then, nope, that's right. And then 16 plus 13 is 29, plus 21 is 50. Okay, so there's my marginal frequencies. Now, what I want you to think about is whether or not these have a, like, if you notice a trend as I go from this way and as I go this way. Okay, so think about that. You will get some more information on this when you go to do your extra frequency tables on the next day.